Hi everybody, I'm back again with another Zombicide video. Hopefully this time this one won't have any mistakes in it. I've gone through the rules over and over again and I think I've grasped it now. So I made a few mistakes in my last video series of Zombicide. This time what I'm going to do is I'm going to do scenario 7, which is called Grindhouse. And the whole point of this mission is to neutralise the 2 zombie points, which you can see is one up there and one down here, and you have to prevent the zombies from leaving through those 2 zones, which have got permanent noise markers inside. As you know, zombies are attracted to noise, so that is where they're going to go for, unless there is a survivor in view, in which case the zombie will forget about the noise and go straight for the survivor. Also in this mission you have 3 objective tokens. In order to take the objective token, the survivor has to use 1 action point to take it, and they gain 5 experience when they take it. Also, as you can see, the scenario consists of 2 huge buildings, one there and one down the bottom, and each building has 2 doorways. If a survivor smashes open the door, you will spawn zombies in all of the rooms. That's all those 7 and all of these 8 rooms here, not just one area. So they will be spawned in the whole of the building. What I'm using for this is my painted figures arrived, painted by a guy called Jay Zealous in Ireland. Check back on my previous videos, have a look at my video on the pre-painted figures, and his email address is in the description there. So if you want your figures done by this guy, just go to zoom in, there you go. He can do them for you. So what I've done is I've randomly picked 5 survivors. I did try this one with 6 and they just flew straight through the board and killed everything in sight. So I've cut it down to 5. I suppose really you should play this with 4, but I'm playing it with 5 just so that the series doesn't go on and on and on and on. And the 5 that were picked randomly were Josh, Amy, Nick, Wanda and El Cholo. Here are the zombies, all painted and ready for battle. Also in this series I will be using the Kickstarter Abomination Pack dice. These are glow in the dark dice. I've got another set of black ones as well. The Molotov is classed as a 1 and the zombie head is classed as a 6. So we will now start by issuing the 1 piece of equipment to the figures. What you're supposed to do, if you've got this game, you should know, is you take out the fire axe, the crowbar and the pistol, and also depending on how many characters you got, which I've got here is 5, you would take out 2 pans. But because El Cholo already starts with 2 machetes, instead of having 2 pans, I've only taken out 1. So El Cholo won't get dished out any equipment. So that's the first thing we're going to do now. I'll just move these around a bit so you don't think that I've been cheating. Okay, so Josh is going to be the first one to get a equipment card, and he has a crowbar. Now we have Amy. She's got a pan. Nick has a fire axe. Wanda has obviously got the pistol. Don't forget you can trade, providing you're in the same zone and there's no other zombies in that zone. So we will start with round 1, and it's going to be Josh to go first. So the priority is to neutralise that zone first, take these points, and then come down and finish off this room. So Josh is going to go first. Don't forget, each survivor gets 3 actions unless otherwise stated on their special abilities. Josh's special ability is Slippery. This is Josh, which means he can slip away from zombies without using an action to do so. So he has the crowbar. So the first thing he's going to do, he's going to take 1 action to move to that zone. Second action, he's going to smash open the door with his crowbar, which creates sound. It's silent, sorry, it's a silent noise, so it doesn't create any sound with that. But we have to spawn in these 7 rooms. So starting with that one, I'll bring the cards down. These have been shuffled, I promise you. Nothing. That room, 1 walker. So with my newly painted walkers, there. That room, 1 walker. So we use a different character for that one. This room, 1 walker. The spawning room, 1 walker. This room, 1 walker. This room, now my luck, I'll get a fatty now. Nothing. Whew. So that's not too bad. Managed to come out of that okay, with only 5 zombies at the moment. So for his 3rd action, he's going to move into the room. He can't take that because that takes an action. So that's Josh's move over. We now move down to Amy. Amy's special ability is she's got 1 free move action. So she's just going to take 1 action to move there. Second action to move in. Her 3rd action, she's going to take this, which pushes her experience up to 5. So I'm going to use a free action to move there, second action there, so that another action to take that, so she's got 1 left, because don't forget she had a free action. She's going to search. She needs a decent weapon. She's got nothing. She's just got bottled water. So that's no good for her. So that's Amy's go over. We now move on to Nick. Nick has a fire axe, so it's only a melee weapon. 1 action, 2 actions, 3rd action is to search. Now Nick's special ability is tough. He's got glass bottles, so he's got half a Molotov. Nick's special ability is tough, which means he can ignore the first attack by any zombie on him. We now move on to Wanda. Now her special ability is she can move 2 zones, would only cost her 1 action. So that's what she's going to do. So that is 1 action for Wanda. Let's put her up there out of the way. Her second action is she's going to search. She's got katana. Now she's got an action left. Now she could shoot the zombie, but what she's going to do is she's going to trade with Amy. she's going to give Amy, because Wanda will be going before Amy, she's going to give Amy the katana. Amy can rearrange her pack for free because she's the one being traded with, and she's going to say, do you want the water? Wanda says no, keep the water. So that's what she's done. So Amy now has a weapon, and that is the end of Amy's go, Wanda's go. We now move on to El Cholo. Now his special ability is he starts with 2 machetes. Now they're a melee weapon, so he can't attack anybody. So he's just going to move 1, 2, and he is also going to search because he can't do anything else. And he's got a sub-machine gun. Now this is good. He might trade that later with somebody, because I doubt if he'll do away with his machetes, because with his machetes he gets to roll 2 dice. So that's El Cholo's go over, and that is the end of the survivors. So they've killed nothing, but they've got 5 zombies to contend with. So now we move on to the zombie phase, which is attack, move and spawn. They can't attack anything, so they just move. And they all move 1. So that's their movement phase over. They now get to spawn. So we start with that spawning slot. 2 walkers. That's not so good. We now come down to this spawning zone, which is 1 walker. So they haven't got a lot waiting for them at the moment down here. Now, one thing to point out is these doors, that door there and that door there, are closed. Zombies cannot open doors, so all they will do is they'll just keep building up and just keep moving around this building until these guys smash the door open and come in. So the end of the go is a clear up phase. There's no sound tokens there to clear up, so the only thing we need to do is to move the token down to Amy, because she's going first in the next go. And that is the end of the first round. So nothing killed, a couple of weapons gained, so they're ready for the slaughter on the next round. Hopefully they can take out the zombies and maybe even destroy 1 spawning zone in the next move. We'll have to wait and see. It depends on the dice roll. There's a lot of luck involved in this game with the drawing of the cards and the rolls of the dice, but there is some strategy involved as well. What I'm planning on doing is, with these 5 survivors, just wiping out all this. Once that's wiped out, I'll either in the middle of the street to protect these 2 zones, and the other 4 or possibly 3 will come in here and wipe all this lot out. So as always, thanks for watching. Stay tuned for video number 2, which will be rounds 2 and 3.